So we have had a week, and I only say that to say that Tuesday we found out about the chemo, and Wednesday we had training about the chemo, and then Wednesday, no, also this was good. We had a report from the doctor, so that's all good. But we've had all these car problems and the dryer and just all this stuff, right? And then the sink has been slow and clogged, and we keep like unclogging it. And then Sunday morning, Dave got to go to church, and he came in and he said, "Babe, we're out of water, probably the city." And then he left to go get in the car, and he came back in and he said, "It's not the city." He said, "There's water gushing in the garage." And so he came back in shirtless a little bit later and said that he had stopped the water, but we had cold water now. And so then he left for church. The reason it's a big deal, particularly in our garage, is because we have carpet in our garage. It was a model home in the 80s. Pretty cool. Track lighting too. Anyway, so he came home and then proceeded to have to shop vac the garage. And when I say the garage was sopping wet, I mean that it had rained Sunday, yes, later in the day, but it had not rained yet. And our driveway looked like it had rained, okay? So lots of shop vac and lots of moving everything around. And our garage is full, people, okay? So I had to do all that, okay? And so that was a lot of work. And then he had to figure out what was wrong. There was a fitting broken, and then it still didn't work, and then the pipe. And I discovered while I was washing my hair in the sink that morning that the sink was still very clogged, okay? So fast forward to last night, and Dave came in and he said, I was trying to go to bed early because I'm up early now to go with Ty to the DMV because, Anyway, and so he came in and he said, "Your prayer closet's wet." And I was like, "What? Come again?" And so I came in and we went in there. Hang on. Oh, also, what you're going to see is just going to amaze you, because we also had to clean out the laundry room, which is also our pantry annex, which we had unloaded into Bryce's room because we thought my brother was bringing us a replacement dryer, which is going to be awesome, but that never happened. So in the meantime, we had just unloaded everything. You should also know that we also keep some food store in the back of Bryce's closet because it's really big. So now half the stuff from Bryce's closet, aka the prayer closet, was in Bryce's room, and now and then half the stuff from the laundry room is in Bryce's room, and now half the stuff from Bryce's closet is in the laundry room. Anyway, it's just lovely, but just hang on a second, okay, because there is a point to this, okay? So last night, we're just like, seriously, he was helping Bryce study. It's just been a lot, okay, especially on my husband, okay? It feels like a lot, like just a lot, right? Death by 1,000 cuts in some ways, right? So here we go. Don't judge my house. Don't judge it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn you around, okay? So there's everything. But here we go into the prayer closet, into Bryce's room. And so I walk in, and all my stuff in the prayer closet's in here, y'all. And I'm like, it's just everywhere, except it's sopping wet, right? It's just sopping wet. Now we've got, he's got it all cleaned out for the most part. And they've got the carpet pulled out. Yeah, see the carpet pulled out. Yep. And the fan's going. So, but look at this. Just everything. And I'm like, y'all, I'm starting to be like, seriously, God? Like, seriously? Seriously, God. We really just, like, that's enough. Like, enough is enough, Lord. Like, enough is enough. Seriously. And I'm, like, really upset. And then I look down and I see this. Can you see that? It says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." Rejoice in the Lord always, y'all. And so I started realizing we can't curse God. I can't curse God. First of all, it's really hard to curse God when you clean out a prayer closet. Can I just say? Can I get a witness? Yeah, it is. And here's the deal. It's not God doing this to us. Certainly, nothing that happens to us, good or bad, can get to us without passing through God's hands, okay? And that was true of Job, right? Because Satan pretty much went to God and said, "Oh, I can get that one." God's like, "Yeah, go on, try. Go on. Just go on," right? And so I just got to say that I was reminded in that moment, and even so, as I start getting all the rest of the things, even this morning, okay, can I just say that was not, stuff fell over in the night, okay? I had all this stuff stacked up to dry out, That was not there last night. And this morning it's there to remind me, Kathy, be still and know that I am God. Is it reminding you today? And this verse should remind you from last week. Is this familiar right here? It was to me. Isaiah 41:13. For I am the Lord your God who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, for I will help you. Right? What did it say? Did it say I will hurt you? No. It says I will help you. I will help you. And we are very blessed because we have family, and they've been coming over and helping all kinds of things. My mom's doing our laundry right now, and at every turn we have help. But I got to tell you, like, sometimes I just feel like, seriously, God, why are you doing this to us? God's not doing this to us. He's doing this with us. And so I encourage every one of you out there that feels overwhelmed, whether it's with the big stuff or the little stuff, because sometimes it's the little stuff, right? It's the little stuff, y'all. I mean, I probably have hundreds of dollars worth of greeting cards in there because I like to send notes to people. Y'all, maybe 3 or 4 got wet, and I'm having to try to dry them out. But the lion's share of them were in plastic, and they were on the floor. They were in a little basket kind of on the floor, so they should have been ruined. And they're not, right? Because God preserved those so that I could continue to encourage others. And that encouraged me. And I just want you to know God does this with us. He doesn't do it to us. And church, it's time for us to be looking at our troubles and our struggles that way. And yes, it is frustrating, and our first response is, oh my gosh, seriously, God? And Dave did come into me a little bit later, and he said, Kathy, I can't take much more of this. It's just one more thing. Really. Really, in a lot of ways, when everybody's praying for me, but you be praying for Dave, because I'm the one that's going to, at the end of the day, get to, sit in that chair and take the treatment and sleep or whatever. He's the one that is going, still having to do everything. He's the one having to go to work and come home and deal with the things like this, because I'm still not allowed to lift or do any major bending or, a lot of that heavy stuff. And I'm only going to get weaker. But he's tired. And that drain, oh my gosh, it got so much worse last night. It's down a little bit this morning. But yeah, just the sink was just full, both sides, full of dirty water. He finally said, yeah, it's time to call a plumber, right? And then he came in when he was telling me he just was about done. He said, Kathy, it doesn't matter how much we dry. All that sheetrock's going to have to be redone. It's going to be moldy. I don't have a choice. We're going to pull it all out. So, and then as we were praying last night, we are thankful to have a home that has to have stuff done to it when something goes wrong. So looking for ways to be grateful and looking for ways to suffer well. And church, more and more of that's coming. We are not the persecuted church yet, but it's coming. And so God is teaching those of us who have the opportunity to learn to do it with Him. And there's one more that I found last night. There are tons of them, right? There are just tons all over here. I encourage you just to get in the Word, because we are not in the Word enough, me, myself included, right? Isaiah 40:28 and 29. He will not grow tired or weary. He gives strength to the weary. And then, I think this is really poignant too. I remember my affliction and my wandering, the bitterness, the gall. I well remember them, and my soul is downcast within me. Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning, like today. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for Him. Lamentations 3:19 through 24. So, we need to remember to be still and know that He is God. Rejoice in the Lord always. And that He is here to help us, not harm us. No. Pray for me as I go to the DMV with Tyler. Because let me tell you, that right there, that's a trial. Have a great day.